How's it going, YouTube? Got FourthStarTCG here, and today I have a little bit of a combination mail video and discussion video. So today I have a very thin stack of card savers to show off, but we are going to the moon with quality over quantity here. These are some incredible cards. These cards that I'm holding represent the most money that I've ever spent on Pokemon cards. This was a difficult decision for me. This was a difficult step for me to take. This is by far and away the most money I've ever spent on cards. But I felt like, given the sort of fundamentals of the cards and what I was buying and, you know, the realities of the market today, I felt like now was the time. And I've wanted these cards, and I figured if I'm going to get them, now is the time. And so the little bit of discussion is going to be where I see the future of these cards. So without any further ado, here is what I've purchased recently, and it is a stack of the L-P Shiny 1000 limited Call of Legends lottery promos. So these are, let me just give you a little bit of history on these cards. So these cards were given out to winners of a lottery in Japan. I think back in, goodness, when were these cards released? 2010? So maybe in 2009, early 2010. If you bought 2 packs of Legend Series boosters at a Japanese card store, you were entered into this lottery. And then there was a drawing, and 1,000 people were awarded copies of each of these cards. So the Raikou, Entei, and Suicune came together. So if you won the lottery, you got a copy of each of these. The Lugia and Ho-Oh came together. There was another set of 6 other lottery promos. I believe it was Dialga, Palkia, Rayquaza, Kyogre, Groudon, and Deoxys. Those, I'm not sure about the exact mechanics of those, but there are 5,000 of each of those in existence, but there's only 1,000 of each of these cards. So lottery promos, I feel, are sort of Pokemon's forgotten middle tier of rarity. You know, everyone knows about trophy cards and how insanely hard to find and expensive those are, how rare they are, and those prices recently especially have really reflected that. You are not finding any trophy card for under $10,000 these days. It is a serious rise in trophy card prices, especially the sort of more obscure trophy cards. You know, your older trophies, the SSBs, the TMBs, again, those are $100,000 cards plus. Even the more modern trophies, there was just a PWCC auction for a number 2 trainer, went over $100,000. So trophy cards, everyone knows about those. Incredibly rare, the rarest and most expensive cards in the Pokemon hobby. And then there's sort of set cards, which are much more widely printed. Everyone knows, you know, that the pricing on those cards is a result of not necessarily their lack of availability, but things like condition, you know, things like their iconic nature in the hobby. You know, PSA 10 first edition base set Charizard is not one of the most expensive cards in the hobby because there aren't many of them, if that makes sense. It's ironically one of the most expensive cards because there are so many base set Charizards out there that sort of everyone was able to aspire to it. But these lottery promos with distribution numbers, you know, in the hundreds to thousands, are kind of overlooked, I think, in my opinion. There are certainly other lottery promos. This is something that Japan has done for a while. You know, there's things like, you know, more recently, the Charizard Hyper Rare in Japanese, that is a lottery promo. There is things like, let's see, what are the other lottery promos that I can think of? The E-card, the Typhlosion, Meganium, and Feraligatr E-card promos. Also the Charizard, Venusaur, Blastoise E-card promos. I think those are limited to 5,000. But again, these sort of low, limited numbering cards are really sort of overlooked. Their prices have not gone up sort of at the same level that everything else has. They've always been expensive, right? You know, you were not buying these cards at any point for, you were always you're talking in the thousands for lottery promos. But when you've been talking, in the thousands since release, or for, many, many years, especially in the current market, these, when people are getting more into Pokemon and valuing this aspect of scarcity over rarity, it's kind of difficult to it's difficult not to justify price rises in these. So that's why I purchased these cards now. I think they have a very strong, I'm not giving you like, I don't know, maybe you could take this as investment advice. I think investing in Pokemon is still a joke. I'll do another video on that in some point. But, buy what you like. And I really like these cards. I think they're going up in value in the future. And so I guess, this was just a perfect purchase for me at this time. I've wanted to get into something a little more limited and exclusive in Pokemon, and this was the perfect opportunity to do so. So now let's go over each card individually and talk about it. So this Entei, beautiful, beautiful art. These cards ended up going into Call of Legends in English, which has again been really rising in value recently. Another reason why I thought this was a great purchase. People sort of really taking a look at shiny Pokemon. These are shiny legendaries. I think this sort of just hit all of the, things that people are interested in right now. Legendary Pokemon, shiny Pokemon, rare and exclusive cards with a limited print number. And these, so these three, the legendary dogs, are in very good condition. As you can see here, there is next to nothing on the back of this Entei. That's on the little bit of dust on the card saver there. So again, these are going to be going off to PSA when they eventually reopen. I was planning on submitting them express to PSA, but unfortunately that did not happen. Did not get them in time. This is my favorite one out of the legendary dogs, the Suicune. Just so amazing. This is, again, just an amazing, amazing artwork. Very, very beautiful. I love the sort of pink and blue effects there. And again, I'm so happy about this. This card is in really, really nice condition as well. Would certainly be hoping for a 9 or higher on this card. Last but not least, for the legendary dogs, we have Raikou, the shiny Raikou. This has a tiny, tiny little bit of wear in this corner, and I think I saw some very light scratches on it as well. So I'm hoping for a 9 on this card. I think a 9 would be a very solid grade. Don't really think we could go any lower than that. I didn't see any creases or anything on this card. So hoping for a high grade on all three of the legendary dogs. And this was sort of, these three were quite expensive. But again, I felt like it was a good price. I was honestly surprised that I was able to win them. I am certainly not of crazy deep pockets, especially today in the Pokemon card hobby. And it's kind of, again, this is why I say that they're the forgotten middle tier of rarity. People don't really know about these, and they don't, or if they do, they don't pay them a lot of attention. So the Lugia and Ho-Oh, these are the much more expensive lottery promos. Obviously Lugia and Ho-Oh are the mascot legendaries, and these cards are not in as good condition. The Ho-Oh, it has some scratching on the back. It has some wear in the corners along the edges. It's just some wear, some slight wear there. It is hard to show off the scratches on the back of this card, but it does have some scratches. I'd be hoping for something like a 7 or an 8 on this Ho-Oh, but really anything above like a 6 is great. Again, and with these cards, when there's only 1,000 of them, my view on it is that you kind of just have to take what you can get. I was not going to be able to purchase these cards in mint condition, but they came up in what I would probably call excellent to near mint condition, and I was very, very happy to bid on these. So this Lugia is probably the lowest condition out of everything. Edge wear on the edges, some corner wear as well, some light scratches on the back. Again, probably hoping for something like a 6 or a 7 on this Lugia. But again, you can't really, when there's only 1,000 of a card, it's kind of like the trophies where like you take what condition you can get. Obviously, condition carries a premium. Gem Mint 10 trophy cards, they sell for more. Gem Mint 10 lottery cards, they sell for more. But to me personally, I think that acquiring the card is the most important. So these are my biggest purchase ever. These 5 cards were quite expensive. I don't want to reveal the exact price I paid for them, but these were really big purchases. So I'm really excited to show them off. This means a lot to me to sort of take what I see as the next leap in my card collecting journey, and to start acquiring some very difficult and rare cards, and just beautiful as well. I mean, these cards, I like them way more than the English Call of Legends copies. And to be honest, given the prices of Call of Legends copies, these might have been cheaper, especially once the grading comes back on them. So again, just a reason, looking at the entire market in general, I thought that these were an amazing, amazing deal. Of course, still cost me a lot of money, and it's sometimes it's difficult to sort of break that barrier and to spend more than you ever have on cards. But if you know what you're doing, if you're experienced, I don't want to sort of, I've been in the hobby for going on 7 years now, so I feel like I can make these calls and say, I think that's a great purchase. And again, like I've talked about previously, there's risk in these. I believe I purchased the Lugia and Ho-Oh from Zero Feedback Seller on Yahoo Japan. So there was a lot of risk in buying these cards, and that's a reason why I was able to get them for what I felt was a good deal. Same with these cards. You're buying from a site with zero buyer protection. On eBay, if something goes wrong, if they're not in the condition described, refund basically automatically. Not how it works on Japanese marketplaces. But really, really excited that everything worked out with these cards. And I'm just so excited to show them off. So thank you all very much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and stick around for more videos.